was once in fifth grade that we were learning about angles and in our math geometry class, and we learned how to use protractors, and I thought those were pretty cool, and it was a lot of fun to use those. And then when it came time to taking the test, I took it and felt pretty good about it. When I got it back, I almost failed it. I was very surprised and was really kind of upset by it. And I went to my teacher and was like, I don't know what's going on. I thought I used it. I thought I got all these things right, and this couldn't be like this. Like, I really understand the material. And what had happened was I'd been using it the wrong way. I'd been measuring from one point when I was supposed to measure from a different point. That can happen pretty easily in those sorts of, and with those sorts of instruments. And so it kind of helped me to see, oh, this is the way this works. It's not like this. It kind of opened my eyes more to the understanding of how to use it. And this happens to us, I think, all the time in our lives. As that's a small example, but as human beings, we have to grow in our understanding of what we know or what we've learned, or we have to be open to that understanding. Otherwise, we continue to be in these places of just, we're never going to learn anything new. We're never going to grow. And that's really scary to me to think like that if I never learn or grow, I'm never going to learn or grow. I'm never going to be different. And sometimes we get so much into this mindset, especially in the church. And we might not say it to ourselves, but I hear it a lot. And it's like, well, that's how we've done things here, Father. That's how it's always been here, Father. And almost makes me want to pull my hair out, because it's like, well, is it working anymore? Is this actually helping to produce fruit, to produce disciples in the church anymore? Maybe not. I think that what Jesus does is he's always offering us a new vision. Today in the gospel, we hear how him and his disciples are walking through a field of grain, and the Pharisees get really upset because they're picking the heads of grain and eating them. They're not supposed to be doing this on the Sabbath, which is how everyone understood the law. But with Jesus there, everything's changed. Now that Jesus has come, everything has changed. Not that the law has changed, but the fulfillment of the law is here. He says that the man was not made for man was not made for the Sabbath, but the Sabbath was made for man. This is something to enrich our lives, is what he's saying. I think that we have to do the same thing as we look at the church and what her mission is, to allow God to speak into what we are to do now, what we are to do next. Or as one priest puts it that I listen to, he says that we have to restore the initiative to God. Instead of going to God with our plans and asking him to bless them in prayer, actually going to God in prayer, asking him, what do you want us to do next? Or what is the way forward for us? And asking God those specific questions, and he answers when we come to him genuinely in prayer. Let's ask the Lord today for a renewal of our minds and renewal of our vision, so that we might restore the initiative to him, that we might not stay in our box of this is how we do things here, because that will eventually just not take us anywhere. But God is the one who is always new, always leading us and guiding us to the way to eternal life.